Why this beat so
See, I really
crazy?
been out on the mission to keep out his paper. We had to still come in and flip it. Started out riding Batman with the geekers. When that shit didn't work, talk to pop about the chicken. All of them talking my bad ass, still ain't listen, was living. But taught me the ways of that kitchen. Don't need me a pot, I can microwave with it. I bang the high seat just like a Christian. Went from
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Are the Odds podcast. It's your host, JMX, my co-host, Ryan. Whew. Hey, man, we got some news out the NFL. We got some stuff coming out about the NBA, too. But before we get into everything, Ryan, man, how you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. Apologies for my voice. Not feeling the greatest. So besides that, I've been chilling. Been watching the Lakers. We're dominating, and excited for I believe it's the 10th for free agency to start.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been chilling. How about yourself?
I've been great, man. I cannot complain one bit whatsoever. I've been great. My boy Stephon Castle just put up the mean 30-piece against OKC, and we lost the game. The Hawks are losing. Another clap. My Broncos, we got some interesting stuff going on over there. But yeah, for everybody, man, look, man, Ryan is sick. You know what I'm saying? He's sick, that Russell Wilson will be returning as a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Man, he ain't returning. Nah, he better be a Raider.
That's why, Ryan realized it the other day, and that's why he started, waking up sick and everything.
Man, I woke up in the middle of the night with a cold sweat, for real. That man Russ better be my quarterback again.
Hey, bro. Shit, hopefully this time, Najee gone, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go straight into the NFL. This happened yesterday, right, Deebo? Yeah, Deebo Samuel, he out of there. I mean, we already knew he was gonna be gone, but we didn't know where he was gonna go. It came out, I think, about 2 days ago that he wanted to go to the Texans or the Broncos. Those are his two preferred destinations, and they didn't want him. And the Commanders swooped in and was able to get a deal done. They traded him to Washington for a 5th round pick. Washington is set to take on all of his salary cap for next year, which is, I think they said $21 million. So, the Commanders got, I think, the second most cap space in the league, so they can, afford Deebo. But what are your thoughts on the trade, man?
I look like both sides. I do wish that the 49ers could have gotten maybe a little bit more out of it, but I mean, I've heard reports that they were going to have to cut him after a certain day to get money off the books. So I mean, a 5th rounder is 5th rounder. It's something back in return. I like it for both sides. I think for the 49ers, you get that cap flexibility, especially with having to most likely sign Purdy this offseason. And then for the Commanders, I mean, you get another weapon for Jaden, and you only have to give a 5th round pick. And like you said, you have all this cap space, so it is what it is. It kind of reminds me a little bit, to obviously a different degree. It kind of reminds me of what the Texans did last year with Stephon, where they went and got after CJ's rookie year, you kind of saw that CJ was the guy, so you're trying to go almost all in to go get him another weapon. Obviously, Deebo and Stephon are two different receivers, but it kind of gave me that same vibe of, all right, both teams realize that they got a star quarterback on their hands. Let's go and try to make moves instead of just kind of sitting on our hands and doing nothing.
Yeah, I agree. I like the move. Like, I wouldn't have minded Deebo. I was really kind of happy that he said he wanted to go to Denver, and he kind of saw the potential. But we weren't taking on $20 million. That shit wasn't gonna happen. Now I probably would have gave up. And I wouldn't have gave up top 3 pick for Deebo. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of where it was with that. But Deebo's still really in his prime in terms of age-wise. This is the perfect time to kind of trade for him. Well, not the perfect time, but if you're going to trade for Deebo, you hoping that it's around this time, if possible. He'll be, I think he's still 28. He'll be 29 in, I could be wrong. No, yeah, he turned 29 in January. So you still got him for one season. So. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he still has, I think, 2 to 3 years left. If he can get, shed some of that weight a little bit, if they can utilize him the right way and not just feed him, just use him specifically in the backfield, I think that he started to not like that role, because he had to put on weight or you're gonna get hurt. And that's what I think a lot of people had to realize too. Him playing that running back, that hybrid type of spot. You know what I'm saying? He had to be that, because, hey, like, you getting hit. You playing receiver, catching the ball, taking hits. You playing running back, you taking hits. That's going to take a toll on your body. And I mean, the last time we saw Deebo really play that wide receiver role, he had 77 catches, 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns. So we'll see what he can do. But I do think the fit is interesting with Washington's offense and Cliff Kingsbury. He does like to run a very spread offense. So I'm interested to see how they're going to use Deebo with it and where they're going to line him up at, because they're probably going to have to put him in a slot, because I don't think he's just that explosive to put on the outside. So I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with Deebo.
Yeah, again, I like for all right, Luca coming back. My fault. Yeah, no, I like it for both sides for real. I am interested more on the 49ers standpoint, what the 49ers going to or what they're going to do going forward. Obviously, we have the draft, we have free agency, so we'll have our answers hopefully soon. But there's been reports about them shopping Brandon Aiyuk as well. I mean, you're essentially getting rid of wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, possibly this offseason. 1, they must really believe in Ricky, and 2, they must have something up their sleeve of uh, trying to go get somebody else. You know, if it's via free agency or draft or both. Um, yeah, I mean, I do like it for both sides. Again, both sides has the positives, and both sides obviously. I mean, you're losing Deebo Samuel at the end of the day. Like obviously, a guy like him when he's at his peak obviously sucks. Um, but you're open to cap flexibility, and you're getting a pick back in return. So again, it's one of those moves. It's a well, in my opinion, it's like we'll see what happens. You know, if Deebo goes to the Commanders and they either just don't use him right or he's just not as great as we kind of expect him to possibly be, uh, then we'll probably look back on it and be like, damn, the 49ers were able to get a fifth rounder out of Deebo and clear up the cap space. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I think it's interesting them shopping Ayuk, especially after trading a Debo, and especially after just signing Ayuk to an extension. So I don't know if they're gonna trade him. I think they're just trying to see what they can get for him if they do. You know, like making him available, see what teams will throw what out there, because there's a lot of wide receiver needy teams in the league. And I mean, the market is kind of whatever for wide receivers. I mean, you got Stephon Diggs. He's coming off that injury though. You got T Higgins. He's the key guy. We're still waiting on see what they're gonna do with him over there. If they tag him and then trade him, or just whatever they decide to do over there. You got Keenan Allen. He's on the older side. Amari Cooper's a free agent. Chris Godwin's a free agent. So I want to see what the Niners have, like what they're gonna do. I think it's all predicated on the draft. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to load up on another receiver, even at their first pick. Even though I don't know if they're gonna go. They're probably gonna go corner or something in the draft, but I'm really interested to see what they do at that receiver position. Because I mean, look, if Aiyuk comes back, you got Ricky. Probably draft a guy in the second and later rounds. I mean, there's still some free agents you could pick up on the older side. Like, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I think overall the Niners will be fine, and I think eventually they're gonna get back to that contention spot. They dealt with a lot of injuries this year, and they'll be back. But I think trading Debo was a good move for them. If I had to pick a team who won the trade, obviously Washington. I mean, you're getting a guy for basically a fifth round. You got him a fifth round pick. Um, but I still think it's a good move for both sides. I think they needed to move on from Debo. And I think Washington, I mean, this is kind of the perfect scenario for them. You just adding weapons. Whatever weapons you add, a guy like Debo, he's better than what you had. I mean, you have Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz, and Diami Brown. I mean, you add a guy like Debo in the mix, it's going to make you better, unless he just completely falls off a cliff. But I don't think he will, man. But yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, especially more so on the IU part. One thing with me in off season and all that shit, man, I feel like some of these reports, I don't want to say they made up. Yeah, it's just like, man, like there's nothing to talk about in the NFL, so it's just almost like, man, what would happen if the 49ers do trade Braden Aiyuk? Man, like they're trying to trade somebody, like again, I'm not saying that they won't trade him, but like some of these reports, just not that specific one, but some of them in general in the offseason, you always have to take with a little grain of salt. But I mean, shit. They also have the best receiving tight end, best tight end in the NFL right now, in Kittle. So I mean, obviously that'll help the pass game as well. So kind of like you said, I feel like the 49ers, they'll be fine. They'll be all right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, going on to the next topic, let's talk about Davante Adams for a little bit. The Jets basically said that they're going to move on from him. I mean, we kind of saw this coming, but they said they're going to trade him, and then over there they're going to shop him around for the next few days, and if nothing really comes about, they're just going to go ahead and release him. I don't think anyone's going to trade for him. I think he's going to get cut, and I think he's just going to hit the market. To be honest with you, because I mean, why would you trade for a guy who like? realistically, you have the same amount of odds of getting him because like Davante Adams, I kind of want to look at his contract real quick. 1 second. Yeah, I mean he's god damn. Yeah, I don't think nobody's gonna trade for him on this. He's set to make 1 second, it's loading. Yeah, he's set to make 35 million over the next 2 years. There's no way in absolute hell that that man is getting traded. I don't think anyone's going to trade for him on that deal. He's 32 years old. I think and you got to be honest with yourself. Like the teams are talking about him potentially going to with the top landing spots. People are talking about the Giants. People are talking about the Steelers. People are talking about Tennessee. Those teams aren't going to trade for a guy who's 32 years old, just got traded, and we're talking about him going to a complete new system with like a rebuilding team's not going to pay 35 million for Davante Adams. And not to mention if he gets there, what if he's like, I don't want to play here? That's probably what's going to happen. He's going to want to go to a contender. So at that point, I say you release him, give him his money, and you just let him hit the market. And I ain't gonna lie, because if he hits the market, him and Aaron Rodgers will both be free agents. You got that aspect of it. Or if you're a team, you can try to post him away. If you're a team like the Packers, the Chargers, hell, the Steelers, or if you're a team like it's like Denver, but I mean, if you're like any contending team, I'm just gonna say cut it. Yeah, I'm just gonna say wait till he gets cut because you can get him for $10 million cheaper that way. That's just kind of how I'm looking at it. Like I don't think anybody would trade him, like trade for him right now with that contract and be like, we're cool with paying him at 35 million when we can literally just have the same amount of odds of getting him. I mean, not the same amount of odds, but like we can get him at the market for less. Like I don't think you want to commit what is that 70 million to a guy for the next 2 years. At wide receiver, I don't know, man. But I mean, hey, Davante, one of the best guys in the league, but I don't know if you want to do that to your team. That's because you hurting yourself with the cap, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think any team's going to trade for him at all. And I think he'll hit the free agency and he'll go wherever Rodgers goes, personally. I mean, Rappaport even said himself. He said essentially exactly like they're taking calls on him and blah, blah, blah. If they can't get a deal done, they're expected to release Adams, who could rejoin quarterback Aaron Rodgers with a new team. I think that's probably what's going to end up happening for real. And there's one team in mind. That team in Pittsburgh. Man, we need another wide receiver. Man, at this point, we're not winning shit anyways. We're not going to win a Super Bowl.
But like,
I don't care about the future at this point. I really don't care anymore. I don't care. I just want to see Rodgers in my team, and Davante would be cool. Again, we're not gonna win a Super Bowl with Justin Fields. We're not gonna win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. We're not gonna win a Super Bowl regardless. Man, shit, we could trade for Patrick Mahomes this year, and we still wouldn't win a Super Bowl somehow. We like this shit don't matter. Like fuck it. At the end of the day, man, give me Aaron again. I like Justin Fields too. Give me Aaron Rodgers. Fuck it. I'm cool with one of the two of them. Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, or how I feel about Will Howard. So one of the three of them, I'm cool with. Anybody but Russ.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he'll be just that quick to reunite with Aaron Rodgers. I think if a team like the Commanders goes at him, I think he'll definitely pay interest to that. I think if a team like Cincinnati goes and looks at him, he'll pay attention to that. I think if Kansas City, I just don't think it's just a give and go that he's gonna reunite with Aaron Rodgers. Because I mean, like Aaron Rodgers, like I don't know, man. Like in my opinion, if you're Davante, why do you think you need him like that, bro? Like, yeah, that's your guy, but like, bro, you can legit go to a better team wherever he's gonna go and have a better shot at winning the Super Bowl. Like, you're 30, Davante. It's not like Davante 28. You know what I'm saying? Like, where he got those extra 4 years. Like, you 32. You probably got 2-3 more years left of your prime, bro. These years are valuable. Like, especially if you want to be at somewhat at the top of your game when you get a championship. It's a lot of good teams. I mean, he could realistically go to Washington. Like, I mean, but if you go to Pittsburgh, are you gonna win a Super Bowl?
No.
Like, I mean, maybe, if Aaron Rodgers and them really tee up, they really get in their bag. But I think it's a lot of better teams out there. And I'm not even saying for him to go to Denver. I'm just saying it's a lot of good teams out there that's like, man, You got to just look at your options first.
See, my whole thing with that is just like, and again, I agree with partially with you. Like, I can 100% see like, man, I agree. Like, he should go to the Commanders, or he should go to the Like, he should go to a contending team realistically. But like, they went through all that trouble in the offseason to get him to New York to play with Rodgers, and you play with him for 8 games, and then you're like, all right, peace. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't
I
know.
mean, but think about it. Like, where else could he have gone during the season? All I'm saying is that right now, man, like if Washington call you, you go play with Jaden Daniels. Them boys are a game away from the Super Bowl. Or hell, if the Rams call you, you go play with alongside Puka Nakua. You got Matthew Stafford. That way, I mean, like I'm not saying he go like can go anywhere where he's gonna commit for the rest of his career, but like I mean, I don't know. I have no clue what Davante is gonna do, but I
Hmm.
just know he's gonna be gone. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not trading for Davante Adams. I'll sign him. I'm not trading for him though. I see people talking about some
Hmm.
trade for Davante, and I put some on my Twitter as a troll. I don't want us to trade for no freaking Davante Adams, bro. I'm good on that. But I mean, hey, look, if he in the market and he talking about he want 20 million a year, throw that at him. The hell, you know what he does to an offense? But I mean, the only team Rodgers can go to and legit win a Super Bowl is Pittsburgh.
Nah, he ain't doing shit with us either.
This man has absolutely no faith, bro. If y'all get an Aaron Rodgers, and he can go back to if he's even like 2/3 of what he was in Green Bay, y'all have a shot.
I think, granted, I don't know how realistic it is. It'd be hilarious to see him go back to Minnesota, though. And I think that would be a team that would give him way better of odds of actually winning the fucking Super Bowl than
Now I will say if he goes to Minnesota
Pittsburgh.
and he brings Davante with him over there, it's a wrap. They legit. I'm picking him to come out the NFC. Davante, like Davante, Jettas, and Jordan Addison.
You got Hawkinson too. I mean, I'm sure I think they're projected to get like a running back in the first round. At least some of the
Yeah,
mocks I've
yeah,
been seeing.
yeah.
I
That
mean,
yeah. I saw them mocking to get
nasty.
Travion Henderson in the first round.
Man, off topic. Both those LSU, excuse me, both those OSU, excuse me, running backs are
Running backs,
dirty.
yeah, they're gonna be nice, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dirty.
but yeah, that's crazy, man. We'll see where Devontae goes, but my guess is just wait and see. If I had to put it two teams, I think are the front runners. Just wherever Rodgers goes, that's 1A, 1B is Washington. I think those are the only two teams that are actually gonna go and make a real push to get. But yeah, moving on to the guy I brought up earlier. Let's talk about Matthew Stafford real quick. He's staying with the Rams. They restructured his deal. I don't know what they restructured his contract to. Do you know?
No, I have no idea. And that was always the confusing part from at least from what I've seen. They didn't release any sort of numbers. It was almost just like, you know what, fuck it, yeah, we'll stay. That's the vibe it gave.
Yeah, I'm trying
Obviously,
to
like they
find it.
restructured it, but I don't know. Whatever they're paying him, he deserves it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, whatever, but they haven't really I haven't seen anything yet. It's nothing on what the numbers were, but shout out to the Rams for getting this done, bro. Like I felt like they needed to stick with Matthew Stafford um, for a little while longer. That was just me. Like I didn't think you get rid of him right now. I still look. I still feel like he had a lot left in the tank, bro. But also like what I think it was, I think they just I just think they gave him more guaranteed money because he only had $4 million guaranteed left on his contract for the next 2 years. So I think they just upped his guaranteed money. But whatever it was, he deserved it. But yeah, I just think even if they don't run it back in Cooper Cup, you got him, you got guys like Puka Nakua, and you got Sean McVay. The defense is young and up and coming. Like I think you can stick it out with Stafford for at least these next 2 years. And you were a game away from beating us. I said game away. You were literally a play away, a few plays away from beating the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. The team that won the Super Bowl. They're close. They're really close. And this is like all they like. If I'm them, honestly, I'm going out. Probably get another weapon, fix up the offensive line a little bit. I know that I saw they re-sign one of their tackles. Go out and fix whatever holes you need on the offensive line. Probably bring in another back or something. But I think overall, they got corn. But I do think overall though they're close. All they really need is another top tier weapon. That's why I'm like, look, if you go get a Davante Adams, I think that'll be perfect. if they want, I don't know if they can pay a T Higgins, but if they can just go get some other weapons and just plug them in, I think the Reds can be just fine. And definitely go get a corner because Lord Jesus, them boys need some help in that secondary. But other than that, I mean, hey, they're close.
Yeah, and they got a bunch of young talent too. That's on cheap deals too. Uh, Obviously they have their bigger contracts as well, but I agree with you, dude. I mean, realistically, they gave the Eagles the best run for the money in the playoffs this year, and like you said, they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So uh, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they do and kind of what direction they go. And obviously, again, Stafford deserves whatever he got, whatever the extension was, or whatever the renegotiation factor was, whatever. He one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So yeah, dude, man, shout out to him. Good for him. He got his money.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, man. Moving on to the NBA a little bit. Transitioning things. Kevin Durant officially on the move. They're saying that Shams came out and said that Kevin Durant and the Suns are going to work together to kind of find a new team in the mix in the offseason. That Kevin Durant is basically getting traded. That's just really what the main point of this was. They're going to work together to find a trade for a contender. They said the Suns did say that they want to do right by Kevin Durant. They're going to trade him to a team of his preference, and that also because that team's going to have the ultimate leverage because Kevin Durant only has 1 year left after this year. So, like, he has to go somewhere that he's willing to sign to long term. The Suns also said that they're going to retool around Devin Booker this offseason unless they somehow make a deep postseason run with KD. Like, they say they have no interest in moving Booker, which I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I do know Shams report said that they don't want to move D Book, but I just don't see how you trade Kevin Durant. Like, Devin Booker is going to stay for another rebuild. I mean, I don't know. Like, Devin Booker wants to stay in Phoenix, but I don't know if he's down to do, like, stay for a whole nother rebuild, whatever. But yeah. So, what's your thoughts on all that? And give me about two teams you think KD could go to.
Anybody
Or
but the Spurs. Anybody
oh
but
my
the
God, this man's
Spurs.
a hater.
Um, One thing about Booker, real quick, before we kind of go into the KD thing. I don't know if you've been hearing what's going on with Budenholzer. Um,
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, he has Devin Booker in a meeting a few weeks ago to tone it down. I was watching an interview with him, and he was like, "I'm an extremely vocal person. Whenever we're talking, whatever. He's like, basketball is all about communication and blah blah blah. And whenever the team, he's realized anytime the team is kind of faces some sort of adversity, they just kind of shut down and stop communicating with each other. Man, that's crazy for your head coach to say that about one of your players. To essentially tell him to shut up. Essentially, is what it is. Um, that's crazy. But I mean, more so with KD. I mean, I do think it'd be a cool spot for. I mean, obviously, it would be a cool spot for you guys, but he wants to go to a contending team. So no, I mean, I do think I think it was you. A few months ago, we were talking about him going to Houston. I think it was you that I was talking with, and you were talking about possibly trading like Jalen Green or some shit like that.
Well, now well, no, I think they can only trade Jalen Green for Devin Booker. I
Mm.
Now I do say outside of Jalen Green, they do have the assets to get a Kevin Durant, but I mean Kevin Durant, like, I don't think he wants to go anywhere and be 1A. He goes to Houston, he's the best player on the team, and I don't know if he wants to go anywhere where he's just the clear cut 1A. And because I mean, who's going like Sengun's a number 2, which is good, whatever, but like they wouldn't win a championship with KD. Like KD as the 1A, I don't think he can. I don't know if he has that in him to go toe to toe with some of the best guys in the league and elevate his team to win a playoff series. That's just not that's not KD anymore. We talking about OKC, Golden State, KD, yeah, but like, nah, man, I I just don't think Houston a good spot for him. But yeah, man, um, I don't know what other team you got. What other team you got?
See, I'm trying to think. I mean, Houston would be all right. Again, it really all depends about what you give up. I do low key that they playing right now. I wouldn't mind him on Minnesota with Ant. I think that'd be pretty cool. Um,
They just don't have the assets. They would have to give up Rudy Gobert.
See, I've been seeing stuff about them giving up Julius Randle, but who the fuck wants Julius? No offense, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm more
I'll
just
tell
talking
you.
about places that he'd be cool with. For real. I'd have to really look into it more just to see like what would be a realistic option. But I mean, Minnesota would be
Yeah,
cool. Houston would be cool. Obviously, you guys would be cool. Um,
I think three teams.
yeah.
I have three teams in mind for him that I think are just the absolute fit, and I think that this is where KD is going to be playing next year. It's three teams. I think one is the Mavericks. I know the Mavericks really want Kevin Durant. Um, and I have mixed about if they do get Kevin Durant. I just think the whole they get Kevin Durant. I just think it's stupid as shit because it's like why, like Nico, what are we doing? Like again, I'm not saying no. If they get Kevin Durant, they'll have probably possibly the best big three in basketball. They'll be an ultimate title contender. But it's like essentially you gave up Luca for AD and Kevin Durant. And it's like, well, I ain't gonna say Kevin Durant. You gave up Luca for AD, and then you make a trade for Kevin Durant, where you could have made this trade for Kevin Durant with Luca, and could have had Luca, Kyrie, and KD. And some people say that's not gonna work because none of those guys are bigs and whatever. But I don't care. Like, I just think the thought of Dallas getting a Kevin Durant just makes me kind of sick to my stomach. It just makes me sick because how they did Luca, they don't deserve that. Like you don't deserve to go get a Kevin Durant. And they're in. Look, me and you have talked about Kyrie. I don't even think Kyrie is gonna stay in Dallas. Like I don't know if Kyrie is gonna opt into that deal. Like I think he's what is it? He can opt into what 47 million or something like that, or is it 43 million? I can't remember what the number is, but he's eligible for a 5-year, 313 deal with them. So I don't even know what Kyrie's gonna do. If I put my money on it, I don't even think he opts in with Dallas. Because if they go home in the first round, you think Kyrie's gonna opt into that deal? Hell no. Especially when you got guys like Kevin Durant back on the move. Um, it's gonna be the Lakers are there, obviously. Like I think it's a lot of moving parts, but I would say Dallas number one for sure for KD. Um, well, it's not really a ranking, but that's just my first team. Second is Memphis. I think he'd be perfect alongside Ja and Jaren. And I ain't gonna lie, the Memphis culture and system fits him. He wouldn't be 1A, but he would be like 1B next to Ja, or even 1C with Jaren Jackson. You got two all-star type players around you. And I think Kevin Durant fits right in the middle of that. And then third is my Spurs. De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. I feel like man, if you place him right in the middle of that, we're talking about that's the best big three in basketball. You got two close Durant and De'Aaron Fox, and you got Wemby at the five, the best defensive player in basketball. All you got to do is really fill that out. If you don't have to give up a Stephon Castle in that trade, which I don't think the Spurs aren't coming off Stephon Castle at all whatsoever. So you pair, man, those four, man, that'd be dangerous. But those are like my three teams for him. I don't see Miami. I don't know if he wants to go to a team like Houston. I don't really see that happening. And before I let you go, once Kevin Durant gets traded, I don't think there's just 100% guarantee that D Book is going to stay. I think D Book now Phoenix saying that they want to keep him, but I don't know if D Book is going to want to stay. That's a lot to commit to again because you're basically committing it to like at least 3 years of non-competitive basketball.
How would you feel about him going back to Golden State?
Well, they had to come off Draymond,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think is going to happen. So I don't, I, I don't think he goes back to Golden State because Kevin Durant's making big time money, and they just put Jimmy on their books. So it's like I don't even think financially they could do the trade without giving up like a Draymond Green. Now, if I was a GM and we talking about coming off Draymond Green for Kevin Durant, I think it's a no fucking brain. I give a Draymond Green in a fucking heartbeat. Get the fuck off my team. But I mean, I don't think they're gonna do that. Steph loves him. I feel like Steph is at the point to where he's kind of like, if I don't win a championship with Draymond, I don't want to win another championship. So
Yeah, I mean, if we being for real, I mean, you could essentially place KD on any team in the NBA and he'd be a great fit. That's just the type of player Kevin Durant is.
yeah,
So it's like, it really all obviously depends on like the money and the picks and the and what you're gonna get back in return for him. So, I mean, again, all the options you gave were, I mean, they're cool too. I do like the fit, like you said, with the excuse me, I'm starting with the Grizzlies. That'd be cool too. I would like to see him in Minnesota as well alongside Ant. I just like Ant, and I want to see him succeed and play with his favorite player and all that shit. And I do think he'd be a great fit for him. So
Yeah, it just I wonder what the trade would look like because you
yeah,
would have to give up a lot. I remember I was working on it. It's crazy that we bring this up. I was working on a trade for that specific thing for him to see how you get him to Minnesota, and you're gonna have to give up one. I mean, Gobert obviously. I mean, you have to choose out of Gobert and Julius Randle, and I'm not gonna lie, like they're probably rather give up Julius Randle, but you're gonna have to give up a lot for a Kevin Durant if you're Minnesota. You're gonna have to gut some of your depth. You're gonna like, I mean, unless you just give up Rudy and you're like, we'll give you Rudy, Jaden McDaniels, then that's one thing. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if Minnesota could pull that off. But I mean, we'll see in the offseason. But I think one dark horse team I could see maybe trying to throw their hat in the ring a little bit later is Cleveland. Because Cleveland has a lot of tradable contracts that are high value. Like they could flip DeAndre Hunter, Max Struess, and Isaac Okoro for KD. And if they put a lot of their picks toward it, they could be insane. We're talking about Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. They win the championship. They get Kevin Durant, they're beating Boston. Like they
I mean,
like,
shit, they
but
just beat Boston.
exactly. Like, that's what I will say. That is the only trade where I'm like, okay, well, a sleeper team that I'm like, they could literally go get KD. And I honestly think that trade work out for both sides. You get a young wing. You actually get two young wings. You get Okoro, you get DeAndre Hunter, you get Max Strus is a vet, whatever. And then on top of that, Cleveland will come off whatever picks they have left. Because I don't know what picks they have left, but pretty sure like I don't think their team is gutted with picks. So let me see. Yeah, I don't think their team is gutted with picks. So I mean, hey, if I'm Cleveland, why not, bro? Honestly, we being honest. Hey, yeah, because Cleveland, they really only they got their 2030 pick and they got their 2028, 2026. Yeah, I mean, bro, you could give up some picks, but I think you give up, I do it. But those are probably like four teams. I'm like contending teams. Like I know the Spurs aren't contenders yet, but man, they're on literally the line. They're on the line of like we just need that one more piece, and we literally are gonna be crazy as hell. So yeah, I mean Kevin Durant, it's gonna be interesting. I will say that, but I don't know, man. I just don't want to see him go to Dallas. I just don't feel like they deserve a Kevin Durant after the shit
Mm.
they did, bro. And to be honest, I don't even know if I don't even think KD's gonna want to go there. Like, why the fuck would I want to go play for that management? Like that culture would be so bad. Like, yeah, their team would be good, but like the fans wouldn't really be into it for real, bro. Like, look what we gave up for this shit. It's essentially like Dallas sold their soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a tough thing to do. Very tough. So I don't know, man. What you think about the whole Katie to Dallas?
I mean, obviously they'd be good. I mean, you got KD, Kyrie, and AD.
Yeah.
Possibly Kyrie, obviously. Um, I kind of agree with you. Kind of same shit we were saying with Jimmy too when he was in Miami. It's like just seeing how all that worked out and him get suspended consistently and him essentially just like almost made out to be the bad guy in the situation. It's like,
Yeah.
why would a team want to go play for Miami? I mean, obviously it's Miami, but like, why would a team want to go play for Miami if that's how they treat their star? You know, why would you want to go play
Exactly.
for Dallas if that's how you treat your star player? Um, I don't know. I mean, again, they'd be good. They'd be really good. Obviously, depending on what you have to give up for him. Um, but yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to think about in general, like anytime a big three like that has really like worked out in like the last like 10 years. You know, obviously in Miami with Braun and Bosch and Dwayne Wade, that shit worked out. But like anytime like a legit like big three, I'm probably missing something that's completely obvious. I mean, obviously Golden State, but they were just a juggernaut. It's like I can't really think of any time a huge like trade like a huge big three that has ever really worked out in like the recent memory. You know, I mean, shit in Phoenix right now they're talking about blowing it up. In Brooklyn they had to blow it up, and I'm probably missing something else. I mean, there's like shit in LA with they were talking about Russ being a big three. It's like it just seems like some of these big threes really don't work out. Granted, the whole definition of what a big three really is, I feel like sometimes getting tossed around pretty loosely. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, again, they'd be a good team. They'd be a great fucking team. It's just at the end of the day, it really only matters if they win championships. And Kyrie and AD both either this is their last year of their deal, like I think they have a player option after this, or it's the next year that they essentially the contract will be over. I don't know what KD's contract looks like, but um, it's like you mortgage your future with Luka, and you're just you're trying to almost go and buy a championship. You know, you're trying to just like
Yeah.
fuck the future, fuck everything. Let's go get KD. Let's go get AD. Let's keep Kyrie, which cool. Obviously, all great players, but like I
Yeah,
don't know, man. I
and
don't
I'm
know.
looking at it right now. They can't even trade for KD in the offseason. They don't have anybody to like. They would have to trade AD, so they can't even pull off a KD trade without kind of gutting their whole team. They would have to
Hmm.
give up like 4 of their key players. It's like I'm messing around with the trade machine on Spot Track,
Hmm.
like for next year. Yeah, they can't even get that trade done. And that's another thing too. Like, while I'm with you 100%, like you're basically buying a championship, and the thing is, you still might not even get it. Like that, like in
Yeah.
that'll be the kind of the worst part about it. Like, what? In like, can you imagine like what the fans will think if you really sit there and you're like, man, we gonna buy this championship. Like we got rid of Luka to get KD and AD, and we still didn't win a championship.
I mean, shit, you down there in Houston? I'm trying to put your location and shit like that out there. I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, no.
you've said it before in the pod. Like, I mean, you would know way more than obviously I wouldn't. Most people would how Dallas fans feel. I mean, you right around them. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of Dallas fans, and I'll tell you, they're sick. I know, like, I mean, I know a few of them who are trying to kind of be like, justify the trade a little bit. But I mean, I'll be completely honest, it's hard to come back as a franchise because it's like, damn, bro, we literally just gave up. We just gave up everybody for like what? Like, like not everybody, but like you gave up the heart and soul of your team to try to make this crazy push to go get a ring right now. And it's like, will you get the ring? No, because it never works out. Like, there's no guarantee AD is going to be 100% healthy. If AD goes down, it's over. Yeah, you'll have KD and Kyrie, but then there's a thing of like doing the trade the way they did, though. Like, there's no guarantee Kyrie even wants to come back and play for the organization. There's no guarantee that Jason Kidd won't step down as a coach after this year. Like, I think there's a lot of things in Dallas that's a question mark beyond basketball than to be worried about like trades. It's like, bro, y'all might see if y'all first round exit, Jason Kidd might step down. Cause I don't care. I don't think Jason Kidd would have signed off on this trade. Ain't no way in hell he signs off on this deal. And I don't even know if the Kyrie wants to come back. Like the Dallas, they're playing hard, but you could tell like watching them, it's like they just know they're fucked.
The
Like
the,
it's
the
they
whole
know
vibe of the team, you can tell that shit's off.
it's off, bro. Cause it's like they made a move that was just so far out left. It's like we literally committed to building around Luka, and it's like now Luka's gone, and it's like all the pressure's on us. Like, we gotta go win this shit this year. Like, this year, we gotta go win it right now. We gotta get healthy and go make a push. And it's like you gotta do that without Luka. Now you gotta then when AD come back, you still gotta build chemistry with AD. With what 2 months for the playoffs?
Hmm.
Like, it's just kind of like, damn, man.
Man,
Like, it's
man,
tough.
man. You set up a perfect segue to talk about man Luka with the Lakers. Man, we're on fire right now. You know, since what January 15th against Miami. Man, we're 17-4.
This smoke.
Man, we're 17-4 with the hottest team in the NBA right now. I know you're gonna disagree, but man, if we win tonight with a 2 seed, you know, I really do believe that. I'm not saying he should win it, but JJ Redick should be in coach of the year conversations. I mean, just based off what the conversation was at the beginning of the season, essentially saying that he was just LeBron's friend and that's the only reason he got hired, and that we should have kept Darvin Ham as the coach. And
Yeah.
for him to now have us at the 2 seed, which we haven't had 2 seed since 2020 when we won the championship. Well, a solid 2 seed. You know what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's again, I'm not saying he should win it, but he should damn sure be in conversation for it. And dude, I'm so excited for this team, bro. I'm so excited for what we about to do in the
Yeah,
playoffs, bro. Like,
yeah, I would agree with you, but I would give coach. I think he should definitely be like he's probably my third for coach of the year. I think Kenny Atkinson should be up there, or I think the winner should be JB Bickerstaff or Kenny Atkinson. Just kind of in my opinion. JB Bickerstaff, what he's done for the Pistons is absolutely unreal. They got Monty Williams the fuck up out of there, and then they bring in JB Bickerstaff, and he just completely like the jump this team has made, the jump Cade has made. Like Cade was cold last year, but he's taken a jump of being a more consistent player, being more efficient. Jalen Duran, the jump he's made just as an all-around player, he still struggles in a lot of aspects, but he's the jump he's made. Malik Beasley, the addition of him, the addition of what Tobias can give you from time to time. And Jay Ivey is still out for the year with his injury. Asar Thompson, the leap he's taken into being an all-world defender, and you can see him game by game. He's getting better putting the ball on the floor. Like the Pistons are a top 6 team in the East. They're 34 and 27. Them boys are balling. They're balling out of control. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That like they were the laughing stock of the league last year. It's just that simple. They were terrible last year. I was saying, and I didn't even think that they were drafting that well. I thought Asar was the good pick, but I'm like, man, how the hell you in the lottery all these years and you just still continue to be trash at at the garbage, and they finally are having their year where they're coming together as a team and they're establishing their core. And it's just a huge shout out to JB Bickerstaff, man. Like it's just crazy, bro. They really ran it. They added Malik Beasley, Ron Holland, and Tobias Harris, and they're a completely different basketball team. Like they're going toe to toe with Boston, and they gave Boston word. Like, did you see what Asar did to Jason Tatum?
yeah, I saw that shit.
Gave him word. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Pistons they got more wins this season than they did the last 2 seasons combined.
It's
You
crazy.
know, it'll be hopefully they make the playoffs. I mean, they should, and it'll be exciting to see what they do in the playoffs, especially like you were saying, like just how young the team is in general. Hopefully they can carry this over in the season, like next couple of seasons, and kind of build off of it. Um, but it is cool to finally actually see the Pistons be good.
Hmm. Yeah, it is. But yeah, I definitely think JJ should be up there though, for sure though. Like I knew he was gonna be a good coach. Like I mean, you can just kind of tell like he was gonna be better than Darvin Ham. Now, did I think like obviously getting a guy like a Luka Doncic is just the coach's fucking dream. But I mean, look, I will say even before that, they were kind of where they were last year, but they were better. And now they're taking the leap. And hey man, like you said, they're gonna probably finish as the 2 seed. And the crazy thing about it is the perfect first round matchup can happen with the Lakers and the Warriors. Oh, holy hell. Holy hell. Or the Lakers or the
Or the
Clippers.
or the
It's
Mavs,
gonna be one of them. Huh?
or the Mavs at the 7th seed if they somehow sneak in.
I don't think the Mavs. I don't even know if the Mavs like. Okay, actually, no. I'll take it back. I think the Mavs will be the second playing team to make it. I think the teams are gonna be. Oh yeah, Kawhi. Yeah, I I think the two teams in the plan are gonna be Golden State and Dallas to advance. The seeding, I think Golden State. I mean, because there's just the Clippers could fall in the plan too. Their Golden State's a half game behind them. I think the Clippers lose tonight, they fall to the 7th seed. Yeah, if the Lakers handle business and they pull out this dub, the Clippers fall to the 7th seed, and they're a playing team, and they could play the Lakers first round or whatever the case may be. But overall, man, the Lakers they're set up with Luka, bro. It's just crazy. Like I don't care. We gonna talk about this every episode. It's just still fucking insanity. It's just crazy what has happened to the league. Like, but the one thing I will say is this: I'm getting the vibe from the NBA. Like, it's starting to get entertaining again. And maybe maybe it did take a trade like Luka going to the Lakers for that to happen. I don't know, but I'm just starting to get that joy watching back. I think right now the league it's just a lot of it's coming back full circle to balance, and I think a lot of that has to do with like the Celtics. Oh my God, Jackson Hayes! Lord Jesus. Just caught a body on Zubac. But I'm sorry. Yeah. I think a lot of that has to do with like Boston not being a clear-cut favorite in the East anymore. I think the Cavs are gonna give them a run for their money. And you just kind of see the league getting back to that balance, like how it was literally 10 years ago. The last time we saw this much balance in the league was 2015, 2016, 2016, 2017, around this time frame a decade ago, when every team had like you had a whole bunch of teams that could legit go make a run for it. And in the West, it's back to balance out in the West to me. In the East, it's a little bit of balance in the East. You got about 5 teams, I think, that can go get it. But realistically, it's gonna be 2. But I don't know, man. I just feel like the NBA is getting back good to watch.
Yeah, it's got that little extra.
I don't know why I asked you. You of course you think it is. Like,
Yeah, it's got that little extra something to it, you know, like that little extra excitement. Like I wake up a little happier every morning. I brush my teeth a little happier every morning. You know, I don't know, man. I'm just smiling. Shit, I'm a little sicker. I'm a little sick, happier right now. You know, a little happy. You know, I'm just chilling, bro. Like, it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. Again, but and it's not even like just from like the Lakers standpoint. It's I was kind of so set up and so like hell bent on like every single year. It was essentially kind of like what the Mavericks are in right now, where it's you had to win right then and there, and you only had about 2-3 more years left. But now, bro, like we're already this good with Luka and Bron, and it's. Like, I want to say we don't have any expectations, but the expectations are completely on the Mavericks right now. Like the Mavs have to win this shit, you know. Like you have to win it. So like if the Mavs don't win it, the Lakers are automatically going to be looked at as, man, one, everyone really looks at it like we won the trade, but like you have Luka for the next hopefully 10 years, 10, 15 years, however long he want to fucking play. It's exciting, bro.
yeah,
It's
crazy,
exciting.
bro.
It's exciting. And kind of like you said, not even just the Lakers games for me. It's like, man, I love watching Ant play. I love watching SGA play. Like some of the, and obviously a bunch of other players, but like those are just the first 2 that came to my mind. Like being able to watch other basketball games, like there's a little extra joy in them. There's a little extra like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just, bro, I'm smiling watching these games, bro. Like. Man, life is good, bro. Life is good.
I hate this dude, bro. This man here, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I want to transition to this topic real quick. Sticking with the NBA, you want to know? To me, I got 2 scenarios where I think that this offseason could be literally historic. For the NBA coming up, I think 2 teams I could literally see blowing it up or trading their best player: the Bucks and the Clippers. I could literally see a scenario where Milwaukee, say they get bounced out by Indiana in the first round. Could you see Giannis and Dame, like, that they break it up? In the Clippers, the same thing goes for the Clippers too. Like, do you think if the Clippers get first rounded, that they finally move on from Kawhi Leonard?
Well, the Clippers already just got rid of their best player this offseason. They weren't able to re-sign him.
Talking about Patrick Beverley, who?
I'm talking about PG. What are you talking about?
Oh, nah.
Yeah, I'm talking about
a different PG.
No. I'm talking about PG. But nah, yeah, I could definitely see that. Especially, I mean, there's already been conversations. Obviously, more so the Bucks. I haven't really thought about the Clippers, to be honest with you. But the Bucks, especially if, like you said, if they lose first round, I mean, you brought Dame there to kind of be that, little extra something, you know, like the extra, like to get over the hump almost of like for the Bucks and Giannis and all that. And like there's already been reports. It seems like damn near every offseason about how Giannis wants to go play in like Miami or some random, like just another random team, I guess. Bless you. Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, it would definitely. I could definitely see it. It would obviously just be. I think if they make it to at least the second round, at least make it a competitive second round. I don't know if they blow it up then, but yeah. And again, I haven't even thought about the Clippers. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are like it'll be tough. Like, can you imagine if they lose? Like, if they gotta play, just say for example, because it's gonna be them, Indiana, Pistons. Two of those three teams are gonna meet up in the first round. If Milwaukee goes home, or say like another injury happens with Dame or Giannis, or did they get outmatched, or they get hurt, or they just lose in 7 games, Giannis, because I think regardless, Giannis is gonna get his. Like, I don't think them losing is gonna have anything to do with Giannis. So just say for example that they lose, like, what team would Giannis even go to? Because I feel like every team has kind of got their established like star. Like, he would have to go somewhere that's kind of like at the bottom, right? Like, I'm actually trying to think of like teams for him, like, because you got to remember he's on a crazy deal, and then you got to worry. I mean, I don't like. I'm trying to think of a team that could really get a Giannis
Again,
realistically. Like, he might.
I do wonder if Miami would be a team.
I don't even know. Like, why would he want to go to Miami?
It's
Because well,
Miami.
yeah, but also you got to realize though, he goes to Miami. Bro, Giannis is owed 58 million next year. They would have to give up everybody. You would give up Bam. Because ain't no way you're trading Giannis. Ain't no way you're not getting Bam a hero. Most likely you're gonna get Bam or they're gonna ask for hero. You're gonna probably get hero back. So like so you'd give up hero. Probably you're gonna have to throw in Wiggins for the cap. Or if they can, I don't know if they could trade Wiggins. It'll probably be like Hero, Rozier, Duncan Robinson with a shit ton of picks for Giannis. There's no way in hell Milwaukee takes that deal. There's no way. It's absolutely no way Milwaukee takes that deal. That's bullshit. That's all I'm trying to think. Like, if he leaves, you got to star swap him to a contender. Like you remember when the Spurs traded Kawhi? They star swapped him. Remember they traded him for DeMar. Remember that? It'll be like
Yeah,
something
no, I
like
know.
that.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
I'm
I don't
trying
know,
to.
man. Shit, maybe
It's
Kevin
tough in
Durant.
Milwaukee. Nah,
Imagine that
Phoenix.
shit. That should be hilarious if they just swapped places.
Maybe Minnesota. Maybe I could see that, but he want. I don't know, man. We'll see. He been talking about he want to go to a big market.
Yeah. Shit, come to LA.
Oh my god. Okay, bro. This man talking about some coming to LA. But yeah, as far as the Clippers goes, I just man, if they get rid of Kawhi Leonard, I know that man got a checkered history with my team. I will, man. You know what I'll do to Kawhi Leonard to come back with my team? I don't give a damn how many games he played. Seeing him checking the game with that Spurs across his chest one more time, that'll just feed families. Like, but yeah, but nah, man. Um, the last thing I do want to talk about, and then we can wrap it up. We did this last episode. I kind of want to hear if your list has changed a little bit. Your top 5 teams that can win a championship. Top 5 teams in the league right now. Get your list and I'll get mine.
Uh, um, I got I got some more faith in my team. I actually have faith in my team. I had them at 5. I'm moving them up to 4. I'm move Denver down to 5, and then I'll probably just keep the top. I'll probably move it to because that
List
top
them 5 and
3.
1.
Yeah, I'm just trying to because the top for me is probably Denver 5, LA like the Lakers 4, and then it's just the top 3 in my opinion is just a little bit above everybody else. I'm gonna say Thunder 3.
So you got the Lakers at 4.
Yeah, yeah. I got the Nuggets at 5,
The Nuggets at
Lakers at
5, Lakers
4,
at 4, Thunder at 3.
Thunder at 3. Because the Celtics just choked out 23-point lead to the 22-point lead to the Cavs, but granted they also didn't have Holiday or
True.
Porzingis, so it's like I'm gonna still stick with I'm gonna still
And Boston just beat Denver today.
yeah I'm gonna still stick with Cavs at 2, Celtics at 1. Yeah. One team though,
Okay.
real quick. I do want to give a little sleeper pick, even though they're not really a sleeper pick. Even though they did just lose to Philly, which I've been seeing a lot of Warriors fans talking about. Man, well, we didn't have Jimmy. Like they didn't also have Embiid. And it's
They
also
lost to Philly.
it is also the 76ers, you know.
Yeah, lose to Philly.
But I
You
do
said
think
what?
the Warriors.
Oh, I thought you said the 76ers.
Yeah, the Warriors lost to the 76ers last night.
No, I thought you were saying like
No, no,
the
no, no, no,
sleep.
no, 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 no. I'm saying there's a lot of there's a lot of Warriors fans saying that they lost last night because they have Jimmy, like the
Oh,
76ers also didn't have Embiid. Um, but I do think the Warriors could, depending on the matchups, I do think the Warriors could go on a run in the playoffs. So I'm not gonna say that they're my sixth team, but they're like my sleeper team. You know, if you want to consider them a sleeper team.
yeah, losing the Quentin Grimes had 44. I missed that.
Yeah, bro, he went off. He went crazy last night. Steph had
Mind
that
you,
dunk,
Dallas
and
flipped
it
him
went
for Caleb
crazy.
Martin.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. For mine, it's kind of similar to yours. I would say 5 for me is Denver. For actually, yeah, I still got Denver at 5. I was gonna put Golden State in that mug, but no, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna keep Denver at 5. Okay, I say this. Give me Denver at 5. Give me OKC at 4. Give me the Lakers at 3. Give me Cavs at 2. Celtics at 1. I think Lakers can go and beat OKC because of Luca. Just,
Yeah,
I just think
Chet is
it's
also hurt as well.
I just think you. I don't care. Luca, that nigga's crazy. Bro, I guarantee he's on. Oh my god, bro! I can't wait for the postseason.
So hold up. You think the Lakers are the best team in the West?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, bro, seeing like, but I will say this. With that being said, I still think there are teams that can knock them off though. Like I think everything is about style. Styles make fights in the NBA. Like for example, if they go on a 7-game series with Golden State, it's gonna be a hell. It's gonna be hell. Like you go into like I even think look, you still play OKC. OKC is obviously gonna give you hell. I think I'm more comfortable with y'all against Denver. I think Luke, like I'm not saying it's easy, hell no, but I think y'all can beat Denver. I like y'all against Memphis. I like y'all against Houston. I would say OKC, Denver, Golden State, Clippers can give y'all some runs. I think y'all. I'm not. I know everybody's saying Dallas. I don't see Luca. Luca's not losing in the playoffs to Dallas, bro. That man will not allow that to happen. He's not like that's. I know people, and I hear people saying that Dallas almost beat them, and they didn't have a 5. They didn't have Lively, Gafford, or AD. Look, I hear all of that. Trust, I do. I don't give a goddamn. That man Luka Doncic ain't losing to Dallas in the playoffs, bro. But yeah, I would definitely say that Lakers are the best team in the West. OKC, I got 2. The Nuggets, I got 3. I got Golden State 4. In the 5th team, all honesty, I would say the Clippers. I do like Dallas. I think Dallas is better than the Clippers. I just don't know if Dallas is going to be healthy. So for now, I'll put the Clippers. Just going on what I see because I just I think Kawhi is still gearing up for that playoff push. Like I still think he's not playing at 100% in the regular season. I think he's saving what all he got for the playoffs. And if we get even 3/5 of what Kawhi Leonard is usually in the playoffs, the Clippers got a shot of going on a run. With Zubac, the way he playing, with Harden and all them guys they got, yeah. But yeah, that's probably that's my top 5 teams.
So essentially, we just have the Lakers and the Thunder switched.
Switched. Yep.
Okay.
But yeah. You got anything else for we in the episode?
Nah, I just want to say how happy I am that Luka really a Laker, bro.
All right, man.
That's all I got.
But it's all good though, because look, y'all got Luca, and we're gonna get KD in the offseason. We're gonna make that trade.
Yeah, you better get Cooper Flag too, KD. Fuck it, toss Giannis in there as well. Might as well get Trey, Luca. Fuck, man, who else you want? Go get Steph while you're at it, man. Team up with Braun.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Realistically though, if we do get a Kevin Durant though, that'll be enough. I think we get KD, we instantly jump to like a 40-50 win team. 40 at the minimum. We'll definitely be around 50 game wins, like 50 wins. We get Kevin Durant with De'Aaron Fox. Everybody can stay relatively healthy. We'll be in Pop. I think we'll probably come back for one more year. will be disgusting. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait. I actually cannot wait till next year. I'm so proud of my front office and my team. We went from, and I'll leave it at this, and I'll say we went from Trey Jones and Jeremy Sohan at point guard to De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle with Chris Paul as the backup. We had Blake Wesley last year's backup. The change we have made in guard play has just been absolute poetry, absolutely beautiful. Now all we gotta do is go get Kevin Durant. We get Kevin Durant. This is, oh my god.
Oh shit, I forgot about Kawhi. My fault. Kawhi gonna come back there too.
He ain't. I feel deep down though, like I could see them trading him, but I honestly think Kawhi's gonna retire Clipper. I think Ballmer loves him.
Yeah.
I think their owner, I feel like he loves Kawhi because, like, Kawhi chose the Clippers and he just loves that man. Like, bro, teams love, like, owners love their first superstars. Like, I think they're gonna pay Kawhi whatever the hell he wants and they're gonna keep him around. Like, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button for us. Keep showing us love. I'm your host JMX, my co-host Ryan. Until the next one, peace out.